All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Chelsea latest news. We've got quite a few players that we want to touch base on. We want to talk about, of course, the breaking news. Romeo Lavia out for the season, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to discuss about that matter. I want to talk a little bit about Raheem Sterling. I want to talk a little bit about Mudryk. Fantastic goal for Ukraine, actually sending Ukraine to Euros 2024. His goal has taken Ukraine to the competition. And last but not least, we want to talk about Romelu Lukaku, the enigma, the confused character. So we've got lots to talk about. All right, first up, ladies and gentlemen, Romeo Lavia. Let's go through the news before I give you my opinion on it. And then, of course, like every other time, I want to know exactly how you guys feel about this particular news as well. First up, obviously, Romeo Lavia has made his own statement as well, but let's have a look at the news. Chelsea confirmed Romeo Lavia will miss the rest of the season after another injury setback. Recent medical assessments have confirmed that Lavia, who sustained a significant thigh injury, so this is where the problem is, against Crystal Palace. If you guys remember, that was off the back of him being injured for a long time anyway, and then he came back against Crystal Palace, played, I think, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, odd, something like that, and he got himself injured. And apparently that was a significant injury. Back in December, will not feature again this season. So it's a brutal situation here for Lavia. Lavia later on Instagram posted out a particular message, and the message goes something like this. This isn't the entire message, but just a little bit of what was said. This has been a frustrating season for me, not being able to help my teammates. I love this squad, this badge, and being on the pitch. More than anything, trust that I have given all my all every day to get back. So, look, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, we are all very upset. We're all very, feel sorry for Romeo Lavia. So first things first, Romeo Lavia, get well soon, and try your level best to stay fit for next season, because of course, not only for himself, it's a frustrating season not being able to feature and being on the sidelines, but from a fan perspective as well, it's very difficult to talk about a player that is not even in the squad and is unable to feature for Chelsea Football Club. So from a fan's perspective, I can understand the frustration. From a player's perspective, I can understand the frustration. Now, what I will say is that I don't get why certain people are getting so upset about this news that, oh my God, we're not going to be able to use Romeo Lavia this season. Ladies and gentlemen, news break. We've not been able to use Romeo Lavia at all this season anyway. So how do you know what impact this player is going to have when you've not even seen what impact this player's had in this football club? I know Romeo Lavia is a talented footballer. I've seen him in Southampton quite often. We all know when we got linked with him. Look, first of all, I've always said, I think this purchase of Romeo Lavia was probably a bit unnecessary. I don't know whether we wanted to just put Liverpool in the mud by doing this, but maybe Joe Shields, he's got the connection with Romeo Lavia, and that's why he wanted to do the transaction. But I feel overall, when you look at the amount of midfielders that we have, this was probably an unnecessary purchase that we made. But nonetheless, Chelsea saw an opportunity. Young player, as you all know, the model is all about young players, talented young players who will down the track have quite possibly a huge resale value. So I don't understand this big emotional impact that it's had on some Chelsea fans, where they're upset. Oh, he could have done something for us for the remaining. No, he could have. Romeo Lavia could not have done anything more in this season. This season was dead. So let's not sit here and pretend that, he could have provided us something in midfield. There's only a handful of games left. Whoever we've got at the moment fit, only they can do that job. So that's one thing. I wish him all the best so that he recovers quickly, but I'm not sitting here and going, oh my God, no Romeo Lavia. We've not seen him this entire season anyway, so does it really matter? It's more like that Nkunku situation as well. We've not seen Nkunku all season, so does it really matter? Like, he's not available. For me, I'm not going to beat myself up feeling sorry that these players are not available. Second thing, however, there needs to be a proper investigation. Why did the player come back when he did come back against Crystal Palace? Because he sustained a huge thigh injury immediately, 30 minutes into it. Who's making all of these decisions? How is the training session? Is the training session way too intense for some of these players who have injury history to them? Should there be a more customized training sessions for each players? We need to understand their body. So training sessions, who's making the decisions whether they need to go onto the field? Third one, we have to look at the medical team. What assessment are you guys doing? Are you understanding the player? Are you understanding the injury itself, how deep it is? All of these things have to be investigated. And it's not just Romeo Lavia. Nkunku's another case. Nkunku might as well call it shut up shop, call it a day for this season as well. Because he's not been available either. Reece James on a regular basis keeps getting injured. Ben Chilwell, Kani Chukwuemeka, who's been out for a long time as well, he's just recently come back. And many more. Ugochukwu, many more. So we need to sit down, look at all the different stakeholders who are part of this mess. Player, manager, medical staff that includes everyone, physio, dietitian, the lot. And there needs to be a documentation done here. Someone needs to document this and write down exactly what went on from day one, as soon as the player came in. What was the player's physical condition to start off with? What does the player eat? What does the player do outside of football? What type of training has the player been doing? Is this suitable for his body? Do we understand his body? Every single bit of this information needs to be documented, and then people need to go through the entire piece and figuring out what's going on. Because it's crazy. Romeo Lavia, that's a season knocked off. Wages are being paid as well. He may not be on an exorbitant wage anyway, but still, nonetheless, there's a cost behind all of this. And we want these players to be able to provide us the service. They're quality players. We need their services. Chelsea Football Club need them to play. Reece James, another one. People need to do a full-on thesis as to what's going on. Let's see what happens to Reece James. Obviously had the surgery. Let's see if he comes back well enough this time around. But ladies and gentlemen, that's my piece in regards to Romeo Lavia. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Because for me, it feels like if this trend continues with Romeo Lavia into next season, you have to start thinking what's going on. Wesley Fofana is another one that I forgot. Wesley Fofana. There's so many injured players. Wesley Fofana is another one that's probably out for the season. I mean, he was already declared out for the season earlier on. Wesley Fofana, that's now 2 seasons where it's been a write-off. There comes a point where you have to think, what are we doing here? You have to make a decision. Do they stay in the football club? Do we persevere with them? There has to be a point where we need to make that decision. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section what you think about that. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling relishes the Chelsea project and thinks that it will pay off sooner rather than later. He wants to be part of that, and there is no problem between him and the club. Now, this particular news, ladies and gentlemen, has been going on non-stop since the incident of him being booed. There's been strong PR on Raheem Sterling. All I'm going to say is that I know some of you guys will say, oh, Miz, this is a bit biased coming from me because you like Raheem Sterling a lot. Look, I'm not oblivious to the fact that Raheem Sterling has been poor this season. I'm not oblivious to that. I'm not oblivious to the fact that he probably doesn't deserve to be in the lineup. But what I will say is that I fully believe Raheem Sterling is probably going to start. I fully believe Pochettino is probably going to prefer Raheem Sterling because of the experience he brings in. I know that experience has done nothing for us, but that is why he's going to be used. He's one of the highest paid players, if not the highest paid player at the club, which is also an issue. All I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, if Raheem Sterling is staying, which obviously at the moment there's no transfer window, He can't leave in April. He can't leave in May. He has to stay. He wants to stay. At the moment, let's forget about whether he needs to go or not. I fully get that he needs to leave in the summer window, but that's in the summer. Right now, if he is going to start for us, we all better hope that he clicks for us. We all better hope that he becomes a clutch player during this month of April and May. Because you best believe Mauricio Pochettino is going to use him. He's not going to be using Mikel Mudryk on a regular basis. Yeah, Mudryk might get the odd starts here and there, but most probably he'll come off the bench. Yeah, Madueke might get that odd start here and there, but most probably he's going to come off the bench. Chukwuemeka, same thing. Poch will persevere with Raheem Sterling because of the experience. But this is where Raheem Sterling needs to step up. This is where Raheem Sterling needs to say, you know what? I need to deliver, man. There's just been too much shenanigans. I need to deliver. Raheem Sterling, here's a message just for you, brother. Month of April is a huge one for Chelsea Football Club. If you are going to start, you must produce the goods. It's time. You've been taken to the cleaners this season by the fan base. Rightly so. It's not as if you've been, mistreated and insulted irrationally. No. It's time. Square the ball when you have the opportunity. Take your chances when you do get them up front. Better final third decision making. Need ruthless finishing. Raheem Sterling, you must help Chelsea Football out if you are starting. And if you're starting and you're dropping more stinkers, there will be no leg for you to stand on come summer window. You will have to. You will have to leave the club. I know there's words that he doesn't want to. He wants to play for the club. He wants to play for the badge. I fully get it. You're on good wages. Of course, why would you want to leave? But the pressure will be on. The pressure will be on. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about Mikel Mudryk. A very, very good goal scored for Ukraine. Can't remember who it was against, but it was one of those qualifying matches in the Euro qualifications. And his goal, his winner, took Ukraine to the competition, Euro 2024. Look, I have to say, big up to Mikel Mudryk. That's the kind of goal that hopefully gives you a massive boost when you come back to Chelsea. So you got one part where Raheem Sterling is starting, right? And I'm not saying Mikel Mudryk directly needs to take Raheem Sterling's spot, but that's a spot that's up for grabs. Lately Mikel Mudryk has been playing really well through the middle. Raheem Sterling plays more on the wings, but all of those things can be adjusted in the field. No problems about that. Mikel Mudryk needs to hopefully, off the back of that, big goal for Ukraine. And those are the kind of goals that builds character. Those are the kind of goals that builds personality. To be able to take your nation to a massive competition. That's huge. And hopefully that is a huge confidence builder for Mikel Mudryk coming into the Chelsea team. If whether you start or not, don't be upset, Mikel Mudryk. If you get the opportunity to come off the bench, make an impact. Make an impact for Chelsea Football Club. Score goals, assist. Looks like he's going to be playing more through the central areas because that's where he's getting more love at the moment as a number 10. But you have to work hard as well, Mikel Mudryk. With the ball, yes, good, explosive. You're making better decisions as well now. But off the ball too, you must put in the effort. It's very important, especially for a Pochettino team. In this month of April, no one can slouch around. No one can laze around. No one can be lazy. Whether you start or not, put your 100% best, Mikel Mudryk. That's all I have to say. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Romelu Lukaku. First of all, I love the fact that, look, you all know, and people keep asking me this, why do you hate England? Why do you hate... If you know the history, I'm from the subcontinent, right? I'm from the subcontinent. If you know the history of what the English people has done to us, you will not be asking me this. So that's why there's always this feeling, against English national teams. Look, at the end of the day, it's just yes, there is historical feelings behind my thought here, but it's not like severe to the point where I absolutely just hate that nation completely. No, it's not. I don't like supporting them. That's all I'm saying. I don't like supporting them, and I've got my reasons because what that nation has done to us historically. So look, every time when a team puts England under the mud, I love it. I absolutely love it. And Romelu Lukaku, what an amazing pass! What a Trivela pass, right? And to all the people that keep saying, "Oh, why do you support an English team then if you don't like?" Chelsea Football Club is far bigger than being an English team. It's a global team. There are many players within the team that are not English. So enough about that. Romelu Lukaku, ladies and gentlemen. If this guy, sometimes I wonder, first and foremost, there is a proper footballer there. There's no doubt about that. We can't sit here and say Romelu Lukaku is not a good footballer. He's definitely a really, really talented footballer, very, very good footballer. That Trivela pass for Tielemans' goal. And this season he's been doing well, and we've seen it in previous seasons when he's been in Serie A. He's been doing excellently. All I'm going to say is that this guy, look, I don't expect him to come back. I don't want him to come back. What he's done to Chelsea Football Club was disgusting. Absolute sabotage. But what I don't get is, why did you do that, Lukaku? Why? What did the Chelsea fans or the Chelsea Football Club ever do to you? You get paid handsomely here. What made you do that dumb, stupid interview and ruin all of this? You could have been an important player for us. But you chose to do this kamikaze act. And now we're in a situation where, there are certain fans that are coming out and wanting Romelu Lukaku back. Look, in one hand, I don't understand why they want that because of how Lukaku has treated us. But on the other hand, I get what some people are saying. Look, let bygones be bygones. Let's see if we can do something about it. Let's move on. I get it. Forgive and forget. I understand that. But I think this player himself probably doesn't want to come back to Chelsea Football Club as well. Why don't you want to come back? What's Chelsea done to you? You're the one who's, backstabbed Chelsea. That's all I'm going to say about Romelu Lukaku, ladies and gentlemen. It's a sad and stupid story at the same time. Sad that he's done this, stupid what he has done. And it's to a point where I don't think anything can happen. And we're going to be in this merry-go-round again come summer. He has to come back to Chelsea. He's got 2 more years left in his contract, and we're going to be in this limbo again. Where does he go? Saudi's probably a very good shout now. I think he's warming up to that as well. But it's crazy. There could have something happened with this player. We could have done something good with this player at our football club. And he's fully to blame. I don't think Chelsea has done anything wrong here. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about Romelu Lukaku. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya.